Hi, this is Kurtz, and welcome to Easy Access Math. And today, we are going to do linear equations, but it's going to be a little different. This time, our linear equation has fractions. It's fractional linear equations. We operate this the same way as we would solve a linear equation when you're solving for x or solving for a variable. It's a little more work because there are fractions involved. But I do have a technique that I use, and you may have learned other techniques. But what I like to do is to get rid of those denominators first. And once I do that, all I need to do then is solve for x. I can cross out all the denominators once I get them to be the common denominator, and I change the tops accordingly, just like we did when we added fractions. Now I know that sometimes was a little bit of a pain, but that's the setup here. And once you do that, this problem is not that difficult. You can do it. So take a look what we're going to do. We're going to get a common denominator across all the fractions of my linear equation. Let's take a look. We have x minus 2 over 3. That's a algebraic fraction. Plus 1 over 6. That's a regular fraction. Equals 5 over 6. And we want to solve for that x. So what I'm going to do is get the common denominator for 3 and 6. And that would be 6. Notice I'm leaving room on that first one for what we have on top. And then, as I would with fractions, I say 3 went into the 6, the common denominator, twice. So I have to multiply whatever was on top, this binomial, by 2, because this went into there twice. So I distribute that across the binomial, and I have 2x minus, unlike signs, 4. Plus, that stayed the same. 6 goes into 6 one time. 1 times 1 equals 1. And 6 went into 6 one time. The 1 times 5 equals 5. And once I did that, I could cross out the denominators because they're the same. I could do that because this is solving. This is not adding the polynomials. This is actually solving. So once I get the denominators all the same across the whole problem, I could cross them out. And I did just that. And I'm left with, I'll put that here, 2x minus 4 plus 1 equals 5. And I could proceed to work that out. I have 2x minus 4 plus 1 would be minus 3 equals 5. I'll add 3 to both sides. And I have 2x equals 5 plus 3 is 8. I added 3. I'm doing the opposite sign just as I would when I'm solving. Since 2x equals 8, I divide both sides by 2. Notice I attack the plus or minus first, as we would when we solve for a variable. So check out that video first on solving for a regular variable to get the idea of that step. And all you're doing here is the setup first. And then I divide the other side by 2 also, and I have x equals 4. And that would be your result. Why don't you try this one? X over 3 minus 1 over 2 equals 1 over 6. I'll be right back. Okay, let's take a look at this now. My common denominator, again, across 3, 2, and 6 is 6. 3 goes into 6 twice. 2 times x is 2x. 2 goes into 6 3 times. 3 times 1 is 3. And 6 goes into 6 one time. 1 times 1 is 1. So I'm left with 2x minus 3 equals 1. And I can just solve that now. Cross out the denominators because they're all the same. Add 3 to both sides. I get 2x equals 4. Divide by 2. X equals 2. And that would be my answer. And that's how you solve a variable with fractions. Get rid of that fraction first. Get the common denominator. Then you can cross it out. Thank you for watching Easy Access Math.